Don't worry guys, I'm going to give you all the lowdown about what happened at that follow-up dental appointment today, but I'm going to do that from the couch in a little while. Right now I'm in the bathroom because I want to gossip about Joe, and he's sitting right there at the desk on the computer. So anyways, the day started off pretty normal today. We were all in a good mood, as you guys saw from the interaction in the car. He took us over to the dentist and he dropped us off. He said he was going to ride around back to talk to Sergio and Toby about what kind of cars to buy for Jada, or what, kind of cars to avoid. So we figured that was time well spent. The appointment took about 45 minutes. Not once did he check on us, but I figured he's doing his thing. So we left through the back door, as you saw, because the winds were blowing pretty hard through the front door and you kind of have to fight the front door. So that back door empties out into the front part of the building that we used to occupy. So we walked around the side of the building and then we made our right turn and we're muscling our way up to Sergio's door, right? The winds are blowing so hard today, guys. It's like 75 to 80 miles an hour gusts. So we're fighting our way. We get halfway and we're tired and thirsty. So I told Jada, let's call Daddy first to see where he's at, because I don't see the Explorer. That's what we went in today. I said, and it would take nothing for him to drive around front and be waiting in the car, because he figures we would exit through the front door and he would see us. So I called, he didn't answer. It didn't go to right away voicemail or anything. So I knew that the phone was on. So I figured maybe he's not hearing it, because sometimes he forgets to turn on his ringer after he turns it off at nighttime. So we get over to Sergio's door. Toby was the only one there, and Toby talks, pretty decent English, but sometimes he can't tell you the right word in English. So I'm asking him where Joe is, and Toby's busy, he's fixing a car, and then he said something in Spanish that I didn't get. Sergio pulls up about a minute and a half or so after, and I said, Sergio, where's Joe? And then he says, oh, I don't know, I just got here right now. And so he says, let me ask Toby. I said, well, Toby's trying to tell me something, but I'm not getting it. And so Toby tells Sergio, and Sergio says, oh, he's with his partner. I didn't know what the Spanish word for partner was. And so I already figured out who that is. Sergio introduced Joe to somebody last Thursday or Friday. He's a dealer that buys from a different auction in Oxnard. And this guy's been wanting to take Joe with him to the auction in Oxnard this week to show him how cheaper the cars are and better quality and yada yada. So this is somebody new that he just met. I don't even know what the guy looks like, right? So Sergio starts being very, juvenile, and he's like, oh, he's got a new partner. And he's kind of teasing like, you're not his only business partner, that kind of way. And so Jada's like fuming. You see her out there, wind blowing, just like, where is he? So we're calling, and nothing frustrates us more than when Joe leaves. If he leaves here right now to go to the store, to go anywhere, you are not going to reach that man again. He will never hear his phone ring. At least that's what he says. Doesn't hear his phone ring. And, he'll never answer. You can't text him because he doesn't text back. And it's like so frustrating. After he leaves, you don't have any control. You're like, he's gone and you know where he's, he's in the wind. So we're calling and calling. I must have called 8 times. Jada must have called 16 times. So Jada called Joshua and said, come pick us up in the Tahoe. So Joshua's looking for the third key, because we know the Tahoe has a third key, but he couldn't find the key anywhere. Later on, we found it in this little pumpkin thing that Mario had given Jada some flowers in, but I didn't recall me putting it there. So it could have been me, but I would have never told him to look there. He looked everywhere else the key would be. So anyways, Joshua couldn't come get us. Jory's at school. Colin was asleep. And so we're stuck. We're stuck over there at Sergio. Who wants to be stuck as 2 women stuck at a mechanic's place? Jada needed to pee, so I told her, let's walk back to the dentist and use his bathroom. He's the one that got you in this predicament anyways. So Jada's like, I don't want to see that man ever again. So she asked Sergio to let her use his bathroom. And you know how that is, men, mechanic bathroom. So I guess that was a chore. So then afterwards, Jada goes, let's go, we're walking. I'm like, oh my God, I can walk the 4 miles? It might take me 3 hours, but in the wind? And she's like, we're walking. We're so mad that we can walk on just adrenaline, because he's not answering. And I asked Sergio, does this dealer have like a lot? Because you don't have to have a parking lot if you're, doing it the way we're doing it. And he goes, I don't think so. And I said, did he take Joe in his car? Did they go on foot? So just like, I wasn't here. He's back to I wasn't here. So I asked Toby, did he leave you with the keys to the Explorer? You know, and surgeon says, no, he didn't even know, you know, I mean, not surgeon, Toby, no, no llaves. You know, so I'm like, oh my God. So we started back that same way that we came, and we made a left turn to go to the side of the building again. Now we're going to end up right where we exited out the dentist back door. And I don't know how he saw us, but they must have been driving in a car somewhere, and he called and goes, come back to surgery. I saw you and Jada walking. Where you going? Come back. So he's all like, he knows he's in trouble, but he's all like, you know, trying to play it off, and he tries to touch me, and I'm like, don't touch me, you know, I'm so mad, like, don't touch me because I will stab you. And so Jada's like more mad than me, and so the guy's like looking at us, so I didn't even get to meet the guy because I was so enraged. I don't know how these people do it on the soap operas, you know, where they're mad and they grin and smile and go, hey, nice. Oh God, I can't do it, I can't be fake. So I didn't want to meet the guy when I was in that rage, so I got in the car and nobody's talking. And he's trying to tell us where the guy took him, what they went to go check out. I don't want to hear it. I still don't know where they went to. I still don't care to know because I'm still mad. I mean, I'm not in that rage mad, but I'm still in this, I'm not talking to you mad. And so the only conversation we've had today is when he showed us several cars for Jada. And they look good. Some of the cars look good. I hope when he goes and he checks on them, it's not like a tranny issue or something, but the cars look good. He saw Mitsubishi, not Outlander, the other one, Endeavor. Mitsubishi Endeavor 2005, 160,000 miles. And it was really cheap for the MMR, but you guys know how that is. They can drive it up high. So we're praying that it's good. I don't even know when he's going to check it out because he's going to go with this new partner to Oxnard on Wednesday to check out the auction that he goes to. And I don't want him to not do that because maybe there's opportunities there that we don't know, right? So I'm like, oh my God. I think the frustration that I had is not that he went with the guy and he didn't say nothing, which that's a part of it. Just tell us something, because if I did that, he'd be mad. Well, where did you go off to? Tell me where. He doesn't even like when we go to Walmart and I tell him I'm going to be in one section and he doesn't find me in that section. He's like, well, you told me you're going to go by the blouses and now you're over there by the pencils. Or, you know, he doesn't like that. So he knows what that feels like. I think the whole frustration that we all have with Joe is that he will never, ever get a phone call after he leaves your presence. And it just took me back to when he went to Belize in '09 with my parents, and he went to go stay with his brother, and his brother was taking him all over Belize to visit, which was good. But every time I tried to call him, because I had to call with a calling card, he would never get my calls because I had to call the brother's phone. And it's not that I was calling him. He was there for 8 days. I might have called him twice. You know, whenever he's away from me, I try not to bug because I don't want to look like that insecure wife, because I'm not an insecure wife, right? So every time I called, the brother would answer the phone and go, oh, we're in Dangriga. Oh, we're heading to Placentia. I'm like, I don't care where you are. I just wanted to talk with him really briefly, right? So finally, when the hit the fan and the stay wasn't good anymore at the brothers, that's when he calls me and goes, I'm not liking my stay here. What am I going to do? I said, go back to my mom and dad. You went with them. I don't know what you're doing hanging out with them anyways. So anyways, he always calls me to solve the problems when he gets in the problem, but he never answers the phone. And he goes, what do you want? I don't hear it. I'm like, put in your hearing aids. Why would the Lord bless you with $3,500 hearing aids if you don't use them? You know, you got to use what the Lord gives you, right? And his phone rings loud. You guys have heard it. It goes like, bad to the bone. That's his ringtone. We get like the loudest ringtone so he can hear. And of course, if he had it on silent still, because maybe he didn't turn it on after, you know, we woke up this morning, check your phone. You know that you've left us at least 45 minutes. You know that this appointment wasn't supposed to take very long. Why wouldn't you just like check your phone to see if maybe I was calling you? And that's my thing with him. And I told him, I said, it's not even about being mad with you anymore. It's about what is going to be the change. You know, I've told you guys that before. Let your anger be the birthplace of change. You know, what's the use of me getting mad about this? And he apologizes, and I know he's sorry. But then what's going to fix it for the future so this doesn't happen again? First of all, we found the third key for the Tahoe, and Joshua's keeping that because Joshua knows how to keep things safe. Second of all, he's going to have to start wearing his hearing aids. And third of all, he's going to have to stay focused and not just abandon us like that and then not check on his phone once to see if we're alive or dead, you know? Anyways, y'all know the Chiefs, man. He don't watch my vlog, so... Anywho, Jada went off with Colin to the new studio. We're not taking a tour of the studio until Colin says he's ready to show it, okay? But I'm so excited to go see that studio. So that's what you're gonna hear us say. That's what you're gonna hear us say right now. Where's Jada? Jada's at the studio. Anyways, let me go charge my battery. Meet you on the couch so I can tell you everything that happened at the dental appointment. Can you guys hear the wind blowing? It is blowing so hard right now. You can hear the fan spinning in the front bathroom. It's coming through the vents above the stove, and it's also coming through my fireplace. This window right here is like pressing back towards me. Eventually, I'm gonna have to change this window out to hurricane reinforced windows, like my garage door. My garage door can withstand winds up to 127 miles an hour because when I first moved into this house, my Stanley garage door just kind of tore into like a paper. And so the insurance company had to give us money. We had to do a claim, and then we bought that Wayne Dalton door, and we've never had any trouble with it since. So I'm gonna have to do something about this window. It does not affect Joshua's window, even though it sits the same way, because we have the security door that blocks the wind from getting to Joshua's window. So anywho, let me tell you about this dental visit. So y'all know we had to go back to see this man because Jada's primary care physician insisted that this man do his duties. And she says, he's a doctor. He did the surgery. Why is he not following up with her? It's kind of like if Jada went to get the ankle surgery and that foot doctor never followed up with her. He would be derelict in his duties too, right? So after Jada was in the hospital last week for the IV fluids, I was texting Mariana the whole time. That's the assistant. And I guess she told him. So he called that evening. And he told me to bring her back today. The doctors at Kaiser wanted her to go from 4 capsules a day for the antibiotics, and she would have been finished with it on Sunday. They wanted her to cut it to Thursday and only take 3 capsules a day. When I spoke with him that Tuesday evening, he stretched it to Friday, but cut it to 2 capsules a day. And I think that was the trick that Jada needed to have her turn around, because then that thing wasn't so much in her system killing her, you know? So anyways, we went in today. Jada did not have an official appointment, so we had to wait about 20 minutes. It wasn't bad because we met this beautiful couple in the front office. They came in after we were there, and the lady was so well put together that I really had to compliment even the ironing of her clothes, because you could see the crease and everything, right? She was well put together. So she started to tell us that they got some really bad news, this morning. They had a friend that lived in New Mexico. He was 61 years old and he passed away, and she said he was driving and he had some type of health issue, so he pulled over on the side of the road, but he was so much in, Booneyville that nobody passed and saw him, and he needed CPR. He stopped breathing and he needed CPR. So he was brain dead by the time they found him, and then they had to pull the plug, and she was just telling us this whole story, and we were so much into the story, like, like we didn't even notice the time was going by. So Jada got in the chair. When we were first going back, he asked me, are you coming? Of course I'm coming. So when she sat down, he started to push on the thing and everything, and he's all like, okay, it's healing, it went down so much, and blah 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 blah. And you could see he was really trying to act concerned, and I don't know if it's an act or if he was legit or if he was afraid that we're going to sue him or something, but he was not acting like the obnoxious, pompous, what, like he was before. So he looked inside Jada's mouth and he said the streak of white that we see in there, it's not pus. It's not the infection anymore. It's actually like her tissue. I guess there's scar tissue that's forming to try to repair the damage that was done in there. And so I asked him, why is it that the 3 other, teeth came out fine, and why did this one develop even the hematoma? And so he said, it's because they had to kind of like rifle around in there to get it, because it slipped and it went up in there, and you can't leave it in there. You got to, you're already in there. You got to get it out. So all that's fine. That makes sense to me. And then she had the swelling. Even that makes sense to me because it's trauma, right? I said, and I wanted to ask him at that point, why did you not write her the prescription for the antibiotics? Because that's where I think he went wrong. And so I just kind of bit my tongue, and you could see Jada has these death stares going like, I can't even redo what Jada was doing. I can't duplicate it. But I could see her. I really wish that I could have recorded it there, but because he was in the room, I didn't want to record, because they have all types of rules about recording in these doctor offices. They have signs up on the wall about it. That's federal law to not blah, 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 whatever. So if I'm recording in these doctor office, what you doing, Papa? We have to, I have to do this and pretend like I'm texting or I'm on Facebook when I'm actually recording. But he was talking to her in a decent way. You could see Mariana like in the background doing what she was doing for the next project, and she's like glaring at him, because she feels very protective over Jada, like a grandma. So anyways, he started to explain the whole thing about why the hematoma came, and that the hematoma is the blood that actually got infected. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to take the blame about what he did, right? We're waiting. And then he says, I just don't know why they didn't give her a shot of antibiotic when she went there on Wednesday, because the pills are so darn slow. If they would have done that, then it would have turned around quicker. And so I looked at him and I said, what happened to you? Why did you not write her a prescription for antibiotics that Monday when you saw the hematoma develop? Everybody that you hear go to the dentist, the first thing they do is put them on antibiotics. Even while we were waiting in the front office, you could hear him order the commands to his girl saying, put a script in for antibiotics for Mrs. So-and-so. So he's learned, right? And so he stopped and he goes, you're right. I was totally 100% wrong. I should have foreseen that this would have happened, but this only happened once before. And I should have given her antibiotics that day, and then it wouldn't have gone so bad. And he looks at Jada and he goes, can you forgive me? And then he hugs her. Like if he's family or something. And Jada looks at him like, you get off me before I stab you in your brain. And Jada was not having it. Jada just looked at him. Jada had this dead stare. Jada didn't even say nothing too much, so she opened her mouth and he goes, so you're letting me know that you went wrong, because Kaiser says that you did wrong. You didn't follow up with me. I came in here the day that it was draining. I came in here another day after that. And no, Jada went in there when she first got the antibiotics, and then she went back in on the 26th, the day that it was draining. And he goes, not once did you call to see how I was doing until you knew that I was hospitalized. I could have died. That's when Jada went off on him. Jada says, I could have died. There were several times when this thing could have killed me. I had to drop a class because I had to miss so much school, because of this. And he was like, I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate when people wrong you so bad and they get you so angry, and then they come back with all this, I'm sorry. Like when we were kids, we used to say, sorry don't ease no pain. That's what you used to say to your cousins and stuff when they hurt you physically, and they come back and go, sorry don't ease no pain, okay? So it's like, that's how we felt today. Sorry, don't ease no pain. So Jada accepted his apology, and Jada was like, I'm not coming back here no more. And so we hugged Marty. Oh, the people outside, the old couple that was talking to us, they told us that Mariana was retiring. I have to call her later to see if this is true. And the old man says, when Mariana leaves here, we're done. We're not coming back here anymore. We come here because of Mariana. So we're not the only ones. I didn't feel so stupid today, because we're not the only ones going there because of Mariana, because she's that good at what she does, and she's that tender and caring, and he is so uncaring. I think he had to muster something in him, to even feel emotions for Jada today. And if he had shed a tear, I would have checked to see if they pulled out a nose hair or something to make him cry. So after that we left and went to go find Joe. And anyways, we're home. It's 4 o'clock. I don't know what this evening entailed. Joe, did you find any more car for Jada? Just the one good one that you saw? So, well, it's barely Tuesday and the auction is on Thursday. So, well, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday. Come on, Barbara. It's barely Monday. The auction is not held until Thursday. So they are probably going to put more cars out between Tuesday and Wednesday. So I hope he has some options, because even though that car is beautiful, if it is in great shape, that price that we see it for, we don't think it's going to go for that. We think these people are going to drive the prices up. I tell Joe, I feel like they're a bunch of shills, that goes to these auctions, that work for the auction, that's driving these prices up, Anyways, there's a big fire burning right now in the canyons, and the winds are not helping. So let me go see if we're going to go to the gym or not. And I don't know, it's been a frustrating day for me. We'll see. I got a call from State Farm, right, from the claims adjuster, and the young lady claims she never got the email with the pictures of the damage to the Tahoe. So I told her I did send it, and it's in my sent folder. And she says, well, you should have gotten an email saying that we received it. Well, I did get an email, but it didn't say they received no email from me. It's more like, oh, we opened your claim and somebody will be in touch, yada yada. So I had to send it again, and it's kind of frustrating because it's been 5 days since that accident. So what's been going on for the 5 days? Did they not find out if this woman has insurance? Did they find out who the registered owner is? So I asked her all of that, of course, because I don't mince words. And she's all like, I think we did find out who the owner was. I'm gonna have to go check the file when I got off the phone with you to see if they had insurance. And I said, well, what happens if they have insurance? And then she says, well, we'll give you all their insurance information and then you'll have to call them and make a claim with them. I'm like, good Lord have mercy. When is my car going to be fixed, guys? So she says, and if they don't have insurance, then we'll take care of you. That's why we're asking all the information now. It's like, okay, we'll see. You know, I haven't let it bother me for the past 5 days, but for her to call back and say she didn't get an email that was definitely sent, I mean, their email boxes probably get filled up all day long, right? She probably just lost my email. It just seems that all I did today was sweep this house all day because whenever the wind blows like this, because we have very little grass in the front yard, the dust just blows right onto the porch area and the tile gets slippery, so I have to sweep that at least 3 or 4 times. And if I'm sweeping there, I might as well just come in and sweep the living room and dining room and the kitchen again because the dust... Sorry about that, guys. One of my replacement batteries just died. I'm just going to have to figure out how to know when these batteries are fully charged from when they're not. Anyways, I went to the gym today. I was so happy I got a chance to go because I really needed to burn the calories because I made the mistake of eating a meat pie before putting it in the program to see how many calories was in a Belizean meat pie. Let me tell you, 330 calories. That took away all my calories for my snack that I like to eat in the evening time, which is like a glass of milk, 130 for the 2% milk and like 5 saltine crackers. So that's my little treat. Sometimes I get to put peanut butter on the crackers if I burn enough calories at the end of the day. So I'm like, I gotta go burn these calories and come back home. So Jada is still at the studio with Colin. She's claiming she's gonna go to the gym when they get back here, but I think I'm gonna have to set my foot down on that because she's barely recovering since Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. Girl, you need to chill. You need to rest a little bit before you go out there again. So she don't know, but I'm waiting to set my foot down. Anyways, Joe went to go put gas in the Tahoe because she will have to use the Tahoe to go to school tomorrow. And hopefully we can get her a car by Thursday. You know, praying and hoping. So what else is new? Oh, the Harvey Weinstein thing. Are you guys noticing this? One of the women that works at the station Mario works at, Lauren Sivan, is one of them, I guess, that he sexually harassed. So she's been all over the TV talking about it. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. A lot of these big moguls are just pervs. I mean, look at Trump. Look what all he did, and he's running, you know, in the highest office. He's running the highest position in the country, right? So, anyways, I think that's that for tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys the picture. Remember that picture of my ancestors? I remember somebody else sent it to my cousin, and they named everybody in it, but I knew they had one person wrong, and yada yada. Well, I have the picture. My sister found it in her basement. My mom wrote who these people were and who died when and when the picture was taken. And it's all interesting. So I'm going to tear that apart and show you guys tomorrow the whole thing. Because I had it wrong too, but I had it more right than the other people, okay? So anyways, guys, thumbs up this video if you like it. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night with another vlog, okay? Oh, by the way, remember I go live tomorrow evening too. Bye. Yeah, Daddy, yun ay kimono. Yan tayo sa pa?